Okay. Just give it one more minute and then we'll start. Hope everyone's not too bored in quarantine yet. I'm actually quite enjoying myself though, because I was obviously taking my A-levels until this whole thing happened, so I wasn't having much time to train. So now that it's all quarantined out, I can actually get some good training in, and yeah, enjoying it. Getting back to full fitness again. Not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Right, so I think we'll start now because we've got 10 people. Can everyone hear me okay? Just put okay in the comments if you can. So today we're going to do a legs, core and bum workout, so focusing on our lower body. And we're going to start with the core first, then go down to the bum and then down to the legs to finish off. And I'm going to do each exercise 30 seconds with 15 seconds rest. And don't forget to drink your water in between. So the first exercise we're going to do abs. And I'm using a mat, so if you've got a mat, use that. But if you haven't, I would recommend probably going on the carpet so you cushion your back. Okay, first exercise. I don't know whether this is too high. There we go. We're going to do dead bugs. So if you put your legs at 90 degrees to the ceiling and arms at 90 degrees to the ceiling as well. And you want to alternate arms and legs. So like this. And we're going to do it for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. And if you're feeling confident, you might want to add in a pulse at either end, just to stretch your core even further. And really try and engage your core. So you want to imagine that your belly button's being pulled in towards your spine and that your back isn't coming off the floor. Keep going, almost there, and stop there. Okay, next exercise we're going to do is a single leg drop to the right. So bring your legs back up into the air again and then drop it down, just the one leg for now, and go. So up to the sky and then just drop it down. Just on the right side now. And if you can't bring your leg all the way to the floor because your back lifts off, just go as far as you can. Keep going. Try and keep those legs as straight as you can. I find it slightly difficult to keep my leg fully straight because my hamstrings are quite tight. But you can have a slight bend. Okay, and rest for 15 seconds. And then we're going to go on to the right hand side now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go back and onto the left side. And drop it down. Keep that back nice and flat on the floor. You might want to put your hands underneath your back to make sure that isn't lifting. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and the next exercise is crunches with a pulse. So if you don't know how to do a crunch, you want your feet kind of just off the mat, so pointing up to the sky, and then you're going to come down and then up and pulse. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. So you want to find that sweet spot where it kind of pulls on your core. So mine is just about here, and then you take it for that pulse and back down again. If you find the pulse too hard, you might want to just do a crunch instead. So like that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop there. So now we're going to take our legs back up to the sky again, but this time instead of doing one leg, we're going to do it alternating. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take our legs back up to the sky and alternating leg drops. That's the parrot that you can probably hear in the background. He's been quiet all day, but all of a sudden he's decided to wake up and be noisy. Keep going, almost there. Over halfway through now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stop there. Okay, so now we're going to do V-sit with claps. So it's the same position as your crunch almost. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. Lean back as far as you can that's comfortable. And then we're going to touch the floor and claps. The further you lean back, the more it's going to work your abs. So I like this one because I feel like it's positivity. So every time I clap, I imagine like I'm getting rid of all that negative energy that's inside me. And believe me, there's a lot of it at the moment because of all this nastiness that's going around for coronavirus. But we're going to get through it just like we're going to get through this core workout. Okay, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And stop there and rest. Okay, now we're going to go into plank for 30 seconds and we're just going to hold it. But if you feel like extending yourselves, then you might want to push forward and back. So just do a bit of a rocking motion because that won't engage all of your abs. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Make sure when you're doing this one that you keep a flat back and that your hips are tucked under so that you're not working your back muscles and you're working your core. We definitely don't want to be working our back because that's how you could get injured. Keep going. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, don't forget to drink some water. The next exercise we're going to do is Russian twists with a double tap. So we're going to go back into that V-sit position again with the knees bent and the toes pointing up to the ceiling. Lean back and twist. So bring your arms behind your hip and double tap. Ready, go. 30 seconds. Keep going, almost there. Don't forget to keep focusing on your breathing. Make sure in and out, nice breaths. I often forget, it sounds really weird, but I often forget to breathe when I'm doing these exercises because I'm so focused on what I'm doing, but you really need to make sure you're bringing your attention to breathing in and out. Okay, next exercise, we're going to do slow bicycles. And really focusing on making them nice, slow and controlled so we're working our oblique muscles. So we're going to go opposite arm to opposite leg, shoulders out to 90 degrees and bring it in, obviously laying down. Okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Keep your chin nice and high. And keep your chest elevated. I'm really starting to feel this now. I did a practice of all these exercises earlier to make sure I had it all prepared for this afternoon. 2, 1, and stop. Okay. So we're going to go back into that V-sit position again. Legs towards the ceiling, toes up. And we're going to do V-sit, pulling in and out. So there's a couple ways you can do this. If you don't have much balance with this exercise, you might want to have your hands on the floor like this. or you can have them out to the side and come in, so like this. Or you can pretend that you're rowing down a stream and do a rowing action, which is not my favourite, but it's like this. Okay, 30 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep going. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop there. Okay, we're almost there now. We're just going to do a bit more work on our obliques, because most of the time we're working our abs, so we need to make sure we're working the side muscles just as much. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do on our obliques is side plank with hip drop. So come up into the side plank. You can either have your hand resting on your other wrist or on your hip. So I'm going to hold it here and then down into side plank with hip drops. Okay, and go, 30 seconds. Good work. I think my parrot's gone to sleep now, so that's good. I think I'm probably boring him. Oh no, he's woken up again. Yep, there he is. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and we're just going to bring it over onto the other side for 30 seconds. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And onto the other side. Same again. Make sure your hips are directly over the top of each other. So you don't want to be like this, and you don't want to be like this. Keep them straight on top of each other, chest up. And stop there. Okay, that's all the ab work done for now. If you feel like you want to do a tiny bit more, then you can obviously redo these exercises after we've been through the whole sets of exercises. Okay, so have some water. We're going to go on to our next set now, so we're going to work our bum muscles, so our glutes. Okay, so the first exercise, we're going to be in practically the same position for the whole time. So you want to go down onto all fours, like this. And the first one we're going to do is leg presses. So you're going to bring your knee up into your chest and then up to the sky. So imagine you're pushing a poster on the wall. So we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. So bring it towards the chest, up to the sky. And if you struggle with the motion slightly, when I was first learning how to do these exercises, I would tend to circle like this. But just imagine you've got a string pulling your knee towards the floor. So it might help just to look at your knee, where it's going. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to take it straight into pulses. So keep that leg up into 90 degrees. Take it into some pulses. So slight small movements up to the sky. The smaller you get it, the more it's working, because you're doing more repetitions. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're not stopping on these ones, we're going straight into the next exercise. So we're putting it in towards the chest and then side extensions. So So bring it out to the side. Really try and stretch that leg as far as you can when you pull it out to the side. Keep your hips tucked under. You still work the core, so that's good. We're building on what we did last time. 2, 1, and stop. And we're not resting again, we're going straight into some pulses. So keep it out at the side and small pulses there for 30 seconds. Go. Keep it going. Don't forget to breathe. In, out, shake it all about. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And last exercise on this side is some fire hydrants. So keep it at the 90 degrees and let's just add to the side for 30 seconds. Go. Nearly there on this side now. You should hopefully start to feel it in your glutes. So even though I'm working my left glute, I tend to feel it in my right. I don't know whether that's meant to happen, but it does for me. I suppose everyone's different. But hopefully when we go over to the other side, we'll work the other one. And stop there. We're going to have 15 seconds rest, and then we're going to go on to the other side. So starting with those leg presses again. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. So bring it into the chest, up to the sky. Keep going. Four, 3, 2, 1, and then pulse at the top. So, glute exercises are actually really important, especially for runners and cyclists, because we often overwork our quads. So what's meant to happen is that your glutes fire before your quads, and this prevents overworking your quadriceps and potentially knee and leg injuries. So really try and think about using those glutes when you next go running. Okay, and we're going into leg extensions to the side. So bring it into the chest, out to the side. Keep it going. Four, 3, 2, and 1. And straight into those pulses again. Keep going, nearly there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And into the fire hydrants. Okay, and go. Make sure you keep your back nice and straight and your hips tucked under. It's really easy to lose form when you start getting a bit tired, so keep focusing on it. And stop there. Okay, so that's the bum workout done, and we're going on to our last kind of set now. So we're going to work on the legs. Have another drink and a little rest. Okay, so I'm going to stand up now, move this mat out the way. So in this workout we're going to incorporate a bit of cardio as well. So the first exercise, we are taking the leg back into a lunge. So we're going to start forward, take it back into a lunge, and then kick. And we're just going to do it on the right side first. Now I struggle a bit with my balance, so I've got markings on the floor of where I need to put my legs. But if you're struggling, you can either put your arms out or just kind of focus on one spot on the floor. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back into the lunge and kick. Keep it up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop there. Okay, you probably guess what's coming next, so we're going to go on to the left leg now. So same again, make sure you've got a good stance to begin with, so leg shoulder width apart. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take it back and kick. Make sure that knee isn't touching the floor too much. Oh, regain my balance a bit. Keep it going. Hopefully you're still working your abs and your core, so really engage them and engage your glutes. And stop there for 15 seconds. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is side squat walk. So you're going to bring your legs to touching, apart, touching. I like to keep quite low on this exercise, but it's entirely up to you. So you can come full up like this, or you can keep quite low. Make sure that your back stays quite straight, your chest up and looking forward. Okay, ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep your back nice and straight. You might want to put your arms out here. Keep breathing. So if you do this one in the future, you might want to use weights as well, just to add a bit more strength and muscular endurance into it. Okay, and stop there. So now we're going to do squat, jump, squat. So you start off with a normal squat, twice through, and then jump. Squat, squat, jump. Keep that back nice and straight. Okay, and go. So squat, squat, and jump. Squat, squat, and jump. So this one's really good at working our explosive strength in our quadriceps, which is great for cycling, especially if you're doing hill reps or sprint work. So really try and get that height. Unless you have a low ceiling, then I wouldn't recommend that. Keep going. And stop there for 15 seconds recovery. Okay, so the next one, we're going to do burpees. I'm sure you all know what they are. And I'm not going to talk on this one because it's really hard to talk whilst you're flinging your body around. So make sure you're still drinking. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to go this way. Keep going. Really work on pushing those legs up into the air. Almost there. And last one. And stop. Okay. If you've still got that mat on the side, bring it back in. We're going to slow it down again a bit. So the next exercise is bridge leg raises. Starting off with the leg on the right first. Okay, so you want to come up into a bridge position, like this, and then bring the leg up to the sky and just drop it. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. So now we're going on to the other side, onto the left in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down again, and onto the left side. So I used to have a lot of problems with my knees when I was younger. Basically, I have hypermobility, so it essentially means I overextend my legs. And what everyone's saying for me to do is to build up my quadriceps to prevent them overextending. And I used to think, oh, I don't need to do that. What's exercising and building my strength got to do? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But it's really important because it builds up the strength in your quadriceps and it prevents injuries, as well as can help with like rehabilitation. So I started doing exercise a lot for the last kind of like year, and I've got no injuries for the first time in 6 years. So it does just prove how important this kind of stuff is. Okay, so we're going to stand back up again. And we're going to do plank frog jumps. Now I hate this one, but we've got to do it anyway. Okay, so this one you're going to go into plank position. So, like this. And you want to come up into a frog-like position. So here. And then bring it back again for 30 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. This one's really good at engaging your full body. Over halfway now. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. The next one we're going to do is frog jumps with a standing jump. So unfortunately we're going to do the same one again. But this time when you get into the frog position, you're going to jump up into the air. So it's almost like a standing squat jump. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So frog position, jump. Frog position, and jump. Frog position, and jump. Who can jump the highest? Really work on that explosive strength in the legs. Keep going. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. That one's warmed me up a bit. Okay. Last couple of exercises now. We're going to do calf raises. So for cyclists, making your calf strong is really important. So you might want to add weights for this one, if you've got any. And because when we cycle, we often focus on pushing with our knees and our quadriceps, and we forget about the pulling up stage. And it's so important because it can actually increase your cadence because you're working the push and the pull. So if you're working it twice rather than just the push, then you're going to spin faster. Okay, so legs shoulder width apart. We're just going to go up onto our toes. If you've got a weight beside you, you might want to add that in. Ready? And go. So up onto those tippy toes and down. Make sure it's nice and controlled. Keep going. Halfway there. This one's quite nice to do after those frog jumps. Slows everything down. This is quite nice because I've just been on a long run, so this is really nice to stretch out my calves. And stop there. Okay, this is the last exercise. So we're going to do a wide squat. So take it just wider than shoulder width. Make sure your knees are pointing out. Chest is up. Okay, so you're going to go down onto your tippy toes down and up. Down, tippy toes up, tippy toes down and up. So plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, up. And keep going for 30 seconds. Really try and make it as slow as you possibly can to really engage your calf muscles. Keep going. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just to top it off, we're going to do the same again, but pulses. So I want you to hold it in that squat position and just come up and down onto those toes. Over and over again. 30 seconds. Keep that back nice and straight. Chest up. Ready? Keep going. Hopefully that's working your legs and your calves. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And that's it. That's all I've got prepared for today. And make sure you stretch out after this anywhere that you feel a bit tight. So I'm feeling a bit tight in my quads. So I'm going to go and stretch that out now. But I hope everyone enjoyed. And I quite enjoyed this myself. So we hopefully all got something out of it. But obviously, if you like any of these exercises, there's always ways to make it a bit harder or a bit easier. So you can add resistance bands or weights. But yeah, thanks everyone.